welcome back to another episode of Online Church, and welcome back to my home. Today we just want to do something a little bit different, and we want to actually catch up with some of our mums from Coastside Church and just check in to see how they're going and how they're coping through this self-isolation. And so they happen to be my daughters Jessica and Laurie. So let's start off with Jess. How about you introduce yourself, and who do you have standing next to you and in your arms?
Hello everybody, this is Boston, he is 4 years old, and this is Frankie, who's almost 3 months old.
And Laurie?
Well, I'm Laurie, and these are my twins. So this is Oliver and this is Ivy, and they're nearly 5 months old.
So Jess, I just want to start off with you. You've just come out of working full-time, and now you're a full-time mum. So explain to me, and then now we're in ISO. So how have you been going with the transition of full-time worker, full-time mum, and now full-time ISO?
Yeah, look, I would be lying if I said it was really easy. It's definitely been a bit of a challenge, that's for sure. Coming out of basically full-time work, going straight into mum mode with a new baby, and then the added pressure of being in isolation has definitely been tough. But in saying that, it has definitely also been rewarding to have this time with both my children at home, and just finding our new normal, which is something, you know, I've also enjoyed along with the challenges that it's faced.
Yeah. So you get good days and you get bad days. Obviously, it's just like some days are good and you feel like you're killing it at life and nailing it, and then other days you're just like, oh my goodness, what has happened?
Absolutely. So in addition to all this, my husband is also a shift worker, so we've got to balance him working all the time and being quiet at home. My 4-year-old Boston is very active and loves to be outside and loves to explore. So it's just been juggling that and getting used to being home, getting used to our new normal, trying to have a routine as best we can. But I'm sure I'm not alone, that all other mothers out there are facing exactly the same circumstance, which makes you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. So how have you been going, Laurie, with twins and they're 5 months old, and also you've got to, your husband hasn't been working at the moment, so he used to fly in and fly out, so you'd have extended times where you would do mum life by yourself, but now all of a sudden now you're having to deal with your husband home all the time.
Me teammate back.
So how have you been going with the bubbas, and Laurie's our little sanguine, and so she is a people person. She's always got to have company. So how have you been going with the ISO?
Well, I've got the ultimate company. I've got twins, but I think like day to day, minus like my husband coming back home, like we are kind of homebodies anyway with twins. Like we have sort of like a strict routine we kind of stick to. So in that regard, like staying at home is not really that different for us, but definitely like you said, my husband is back home now full time, whereas he would be home for a couple of weeks and then gone for 3 weeks at a time. So I think balancing having everyone home at one time, I find, is really full on. And like I said, I'm like a sanguine, so like, which means I love people, and so not being able to like go to like come and see you guys has been really, I find that really hard.
It's been tough on us too.
Yeah, I find it really hard, and I think too, like adapting to another person trying to help you. Like obviously Nathan coming home again, it's really hard for me to like let someone else help me, if that makes sense, because I'm so used to kind of doing it
by yourself. But we're getting used to it. You're both finding, which I am too, trying to find our new normal, and I know for us too, we've just sold our business, and so now we're home as well too, so it's just like we're all trying to find our new normal. And I know for me, like I love going out and getting our hours exercise. I love going for walks. Does that help you guys as well, just getting out of the house, getting some fresh air?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the things that has really saved me during this time is doing that hours exercise and making it a priority during my day. I'm a real list person. I think that comes from working as well. I like to be organised and have my day planned out. So to help with the transition, I most mornings write myself, you know, things I'd like to do today, even if it's down to putting the washing on, take Boston for a ride on his bike, or, you know, little things that helps you feel like you're in your normal life again. So I've definitely found that has been helping for me.
Yeah, same.
Same
I
with
think
you, yeah.
fresh air just changes perspective, I think, and it like opens you up to the world again, because
Yeah.
obviously when you're in your home, and all your problems seem, so big because they're right in front of you.
Yeah.
But when you're outside and you're walking and you're breathing in that fresh air, and we're so lucky we can walk along the ocean still.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I really would encourage people, when you can,
Yeah.
and if you are able to just get out and just go for
Yeah.
a walk and just put some headphones in and just get a bit of perspective. And
Yeah, that sounds good.
it's not the end of the world, though it feels like it is, and I'm
Yeah.
not belittling what's happening. It's a real thing, but I
Yeah.
think, like Jess said, it's a real necessity to
Yeah.
get your mind off it for a little bit and just get some perspective, I think.
Yeah,
I would say.
absolutely. And Laura, you were saying to me before that you journal.
I'm a
That's
journaler.
right. So Laura, you were saying to me before that you actually journal.
Yes.
So how have you found? Because you do suffer from a little bit of anxiety
For
just
sure,
from
yeah.
time to time.
Yeah, yeah.
And so how have you found, staying home? But then you've said that journaling really helps you.
Yeah, for sure. I would like anxiety. I think comes and goes for everyone, and no one's exempt from it. Unfortunately, I really wish that wasn't the case, but it is.
Yeah.
And for me, my anxiety kind of comes from overthinking things, which is
Yeah.
not really something I am. What's that word? Like familiar with. Like I'm not some person that lives in my mind. I like to be outside of my, I like to live outside of myself, sort of. And so for me, journaling really helps me get what's in here out of my
Yeah.
mind. And then once it's out of my mind, I close my journal and it's staying
that.
there, Laurie.
Yeah.
Like it's I have to do physical things for that's how I learn, that's how I get rid of things. So
Yeah.
for me, writing in a journal, closing it, and then saying that's enough.
Yeah.
That's mind, that's enough. That for me is like actually really helped.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I just stew on it otherwise all day.
Yeah.
So just journaling things like
writing how you're really
Yeah,
feeling,
like, yeah,
how
not-
this is really making. So you're in your journey, you're being really honest and just saying
Yeah,
today sucks, or
yeah.
today's this, or
it wasn't
today's
like
that.
I ate a salad. It was like today I had 4 waves of anxiety and it hit me like
Yeah.
this, and it sucked and I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
This is how it is, and I always vent, so it seems yucky when I reread
Yeah.
it, but I always make sure that at the end of it I write something that I'm thankful for.
Yeah, that's
even
so
if it's
good.
just like I had a cuppa by myself for 2
Yeah.
minutes and she was
Yeah.
beaut.
I think that what you just said there, a state of gratitude and thankfulness
Yeah.
every day is really important. That
Yeah.
we've got to see something in every day that we're thankful for and that we can be, be thankful
Yeah.
for. And I think that really can turn a bad season into a good time.
Yeah.
That there's good to come out of this. We can't see it now, or we may not be able to see it now, but just every day, and that's a great idea, to write things down and just be thankful and have a gratitude for something that you've done today. And so at the moment we of course can't have physical church, and so how's that been going, not being able to go to church? Have you been, we've probably all been enjoying the break, let's be honest, but how spiritually, how has that been for you, not, connecting face to face with each other, and how spiritually have you been going through it all?
Yeah, look, it has been tough, but this is actually one of the things that I found okay, because I was just having a baby in January, so it kind of eased me into not going out anyway. So I found that okay. The part I miss the most is probably catching up with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think when you catch up with people, you feel a bit more normal.
Yeah.
Your problems don't seem as big.
For sure.
So that definitely is a struggle.
Yeah.
But I really have found messaging people really good.
Yeah.
So, for example, 2 days ago I had a really bad day at home. Boston was absolute feral. And Frankie didn't want to sleep that day. So I was just really wallowing in how hard life was for the day. So I actually reached out and sent a message to one of the ladies, Christine, and just said, look, I'm really not coping today mentally.
Yeah.
And she wrote me back a message which really just actually changed my mindset.
Yeah.
She, sympathised with me, saying, yeah, it is hard, but also got me back up, got me,
Yeah.
motivated enough
Yeah.
to be able to be like, yeah, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
So little keys, I think, like that is really helpful. Messaging someone that has a bit of wisdom, has good advice to give, has had kids herself. So really, it was really helpful to combat not seeing people.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Laurie? How's...
It's been weird. Like, Easter's just gone and we didn't
know.
have an Easter service with our family, so it's been weird. And, like, I'm at home with my babies a lot anyway, so Sundays, I know when it's Sundays because I go to church, so for starters it helps me with the days of the week.
Yeah.
But I think for me, I really miss actually worship.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really do genuinely miss that. And if I'm honest, like, I don't have all the time in the world to just pop a song on and just lift my arms in my lounge room. I really don't actually have the freedom to be able to do that because I have 2 babies. But, I really miss worship, if I'm super honest.
Corporately coming together and corporately worshipping.
Yeah, and just that...
So do I. Yeah.
And that presence. Like,
absolutely.
I really miss that, and... I don't know, like I try to play music all the time at home to make me feel like that, but it's just not the same. Like you miss your girlfriends, you miss, my family. Like I just miss that, the corporateness of it, and just that feeling when you walk in and it's home. Just that.
Absolutely, it is too. I agree with that. I certainly miss the corporate worship and you're catching up with your friends and things like that as well. So. But I know one of the passages that I've actually been reading it out aloud every time I go to bed, and it's Psalm 91, and it's too long to read out here tonight, but it's really speaks of how God's really got us, how he's really protecting us, and how he's really, like he sends angels out on our behalf to keep us safe, keep us protected, stop us from tripping up. And, I was just wondering if there's a passage of scripture or you can resonate with that psalm or... what is it for you, if there's any, or...
For sure. I have felt like I've really had to step up my Jesus time. Like I've really had to... step up that discipline in my life.
Because we haven't been having church?
But I just felt in myself a real pulling to just, step it up, Laurie.
Okay.
And I think because when I'm still and I'm, in this season as we're all still and a bit stagnant, so to speak, you're really aware of what's happening up in the old noggin.
Yeah.
So I've really felt that I've needed to up my Jesus time, so to speak. So for me, a verse that I say to myself, I'm not joking, at least 40 times a day, is, for God has not given me the spirit of fear, but the power of love and a sound mind.
That's so good.
And I think for me, that's like a real, like a safety net. Like it makes me feel really like, you know what, your mind, you have a sound mind and you do not have to fear. And in the Bible also says that perfect love casts out all fear, and he is perfect love. So I just think I've been really trying to settle into that, and just as it gets a bit colder, and it just reminds me of like a warm blanket, just like a safety net of you're not going crazy in this time. I know it feels like you can go a bit cabin fever, but you've got a sound mind and you don't have to fear because he is perfect love and he casts out all fear. So
good.
But that's
that's just how you do it.
Yeah, that's...
Anything for you, Jo? I know that I'll probably stole Jess's Psalm 91 because we were talking about Psalm 91 just before.
The old Psalm thief.
So I've stolen her passage of scripture, but...
No, I have been reading Psalm 91, and look, I think it's to... I don't know, not feeling guilty of where we think we should be with our walk, but instead just being happy where we are and take the pressure off ourselves. I think as mums, a lot of the time we wear a lot of pressure of, oh, I'm not being good enough today, or, I didn't parent well enough. I mean, Boston's watched 3 movies. That surely is a strikeout for me. But taking that off and instead just going, you know what, you're doing a good job. And just trying to meditate on one verse, I think, is way better than trying to read a whole book of a Bible. Just small little steps is going to get us through this. And it's that constant taking the pressure off and going, you're doing a really good job. So, and, we're all in the same boat. We're all doing the same thing. So
true.
I read on Instagram, it's by Dr. Caroline Leaf, who's a Christian psychologist person. I don't even know if that's what you call her. But she put a post on a week or so ago, and she was saying that it's actually okay if you're not feeling okay.
Yeah.
And it's okay that you don't declutter your house. It's okay that it's okay if you just survive in this season. And I just took that and I just think, you know what, let's take the pressure off ourselves, as Jess has just said. So, I just think that let's just take it every day as it counts, be great, be thankful for today, and you walk your journey and you do you.
Yeah.
So, girls, I just want to say thanks so much. I've really missed seeing you, and it's
the
great to
worst.
catch up with you. I know, we'll all have to have a big house party when all this is done.
Definitely.
Guys, party at Mum Jules's house when this is done.
When it's done,
it's going to be
absolutely.
lit.
Yeah. So thanks, girls, and thanks for your wisdom, and loved having you over at my home. And
Yes. Well, cheers.
yeah,
Cheers to that.
cheers to that.
Raise your cupboards, mums.
Absolutely.
Cheers to you.
And cheers to all the mamas out there.
Yes.
You're killing it. You're doing
Yes.
an amazing
Absolutely.
job. So
Cheers to the mums.
speak to you soon, guys. See you later.